Hallöchen, den knuffigen Wasabi-Schnüffler und herzlich willkommen zu einer tollen neuen Folge von The Stanley Parable. Wir wissen, was es bedeutet, jetzt gehen wir da weiter. Es gibt den Bucket. Nehmen wir den Bucket mit zum Lastenaufzug?
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
Wir wollen den Bucket.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest
wie komme ich zum
and
Lastenaufzug?
entered the door on his left.
Wie bin ich zum Lastenaufzug gekommen? Nicht, wenn ich jetzt ins Büro gehe, dann bin ich ja falsch. Wenn ich nach unten gehe, bin ich auch falsch. Was war rechts?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
So.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room?
Ja.
Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
Hier gibt's aber kein Vent oder sowas. Oder muss ich hier für 10 Minuten oder sowas bleiben und dann ist das ein Ende?
Truly, being here with the bucket was a grand adventure. Stanley reflected on all they'd been through together. First, walking through the door on the right, then walking to the lounge, then arriving at the lounge. What a thrilling journey the bucket had inspired.
Also das beschreibt die Spannung wie immer in meinen Folgen. Das hat genau den gleichen Bogen. Bist du
Perhaps this
deppert.
was where the bucket felt most truly at home. Here in the employee lounge. Perhaps it's the only place a bucket can even feel at home.
Warum?
But finally, the bucket was done being in the lounge, and they took the first open door on their left to get back to business.
Ja, dann bin ich hier beim Aufzug. Ja. Da würde ich halt auch gerne gehen, aber ich habe Sorge, dass das hinter mir zugeht.
And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Moment! Ist das ein anderer Aufzug? Das wäre ein anderer Aufzug gewesen. Kann ich zurück? Kann ich zurück? Kann ich zurück? Kann ich zurück? Moment! Das wäre ein anderer Aufzug gewesen. Jetzt bin ich wieder hier. Moment einmal. Das schauen wir uns aber jetzt genau an.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
Das ist ein anderer Aufzug.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left.
So, ich schaue mir jetzt den Aufzug an.
The two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Das ist ein anderer Aufzug. Das ist ein anderer Aufzug. Ui! Wohin kommen wir jetzt?
Oh, good Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
Was zur Hölle ist das? Was ist das schon wieder?
Your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
Was zur Hölle? Wo gab's diese Puppe? Was zur Hölle ist das? Oh, 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 oh. Oh, sag nichts. Die haben wirklich nur den Raum kopiert. Das ist cool. Wo auch immer hier ein Foto von dem Tisch ist. Ja. Ja. Und den Kollegen kennen wir schon.
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
Toll. Ui.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue? Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers. It's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
Ah. Der will, dass ich den Eimer weglege? Ui. Das glaube ich nicht. Ich will, dass ich den Eimer verbrenne und einschmilze. Das ist aber eine fette... Das ist eine echt fette Treppe. Das ist aber schlecht ausgeleuchtet.
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer. I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree? Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
Habe ich ihn dann für den Rest des ganzen Spiels nicht mehr, oder habe ich ihn dann wieder, wenn ich neu starte?
It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait.
Was, wenn er nichts macht?
Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and...
Du, ich glaube, das Ding ist im Eimer. Ich finde das witzig.
The Bucket Destroyer. My prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spell-binding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend.
Cheers.
For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
Bin ich jetzt Pasta? Nicht. Ich weiß nicht, ob das 6 Minuten waren oder mehr oder weniger. Jo. Ich glaube, das war eine etwas kurze Folge, wenn ich jetzt schon beende, oder? Was machen wir? Ich nehme mal an, das waren schon 10 Minuten. In der Hoffnung. Okay, dann sehen wir uns beim nächsten Mal wieder. Und diesmal machen wir dann einen gescheiten Aufzug. Tschüss!